Hi friends, my name is Nandita. I am from Andhra Pradesh.
Children, now let us discuss about blood. Blood is one of the most important components of life. Almost any animal that possesses a circulatory system has blood. From an evolutionary perspective, blood was speculated to have risen from a type of cells that was responsible for phagocytosis and nutrition. Billions of years later, blood and the circulatory system have drastically helped the evolution of more complex life forms. Blood is a fluid connective tissue composed of a fluid network, plasma, and blood cells. It makes up about 30 to 35% of the extracellular fluid. It is slightly antacidic liquid with a pH of 7.4. The main components of blood are the elements of erythrocytes, leukocytes, and thrombocytes, and plasma, which includes water, proteins, and minerals. Plasma is a liquid component of blood which maintains a pH of 7.4. Human blood consists of a liquid plasma and a number of cellular and cell fragment components. The contents of plasma are about 60% of volume of blood. Cells and fragments are 40%. Plasma has 90% of water and 10% of dissolved materials including 6 to 8% of proteins, glucose, amino acids, and a limited amount of minerals like Na+, Ca2+, Cl, etc. Erythrocytes, leukocytes, and blood platelets form elements. Factors for clotting or coagulation of blood are also present actively in plasma. Plasma without the blood clotting factors is called serum. Let us see the percentage of plasma. In blood, plasma occupies about 58% of volume of blood, means volume of the blood is 5 liters. Let us see the lifespan of plasma. Short-lived plasma cells have a lifespan of 3 to 7 months, whereas long-lived plasma cells hold the life for 60 years. Role of plasma. The main function of plasma is to intake nutrition, hormones, and proteins to the other part of the body for providing energy. Let us discuss the performance. Plasma performs various functions in the blood. These are as follows. It helps in transport and uniform distribution of heart to all over the body. Plasma provides body immunity and it maintains the blood pH value and it provides prevention of blood loss. Fibrinogen helps in blood clotting. Globulin helps in defense mechanism. Albumin maintains osmotic balance. Children, let us discuss about red blood cells, which is also called RBC. Humans have a total number of 25 trillion red blood cells and they are continuously manufactured in the bone marrow of a long bones, ribs, skull and vertebrae. Red blood cells are also known as erythrocytes, have slightly indented and flattened disc shape. They transport oxygen to and from the lungs. RBC count. Mature erythrocytes lack a nucleus and they are small, sizing around 4 to 6 million cells per cubic millimeter of blood. In males 4.5 to 6.2 million and in female 4.0 to 5.2 million of blood cells are having about 200 million hemoglobin molecules per cell. The cells are about 7 μm in diameter that carry oxygen associated in the cell's hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is a protein that contains iron and carries oxygen to its destination. Every 100 ml of blood contains 12 to 16 grams of hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is the main protein inside red platelets, which are also called iron atoms. Each hemoglobin consists of 4 iron atoms, which binds the oxygen iron atom from hemoglobin, are recovered and reused by red marrow. The liver degrades the heme unit and secretes them as a pigment in the bile, responsible for the color of faeces. It conveys oxygen. Red platelets likewise eliminate carbon dioxide from our body, carrying it to the lungs for you to breathe out. Already we discussed that red platelets are made in the bone marrow. The number of RBC may vary depending upon the health factors of an individual and altitude where they live. A person who lives at 18,000 feet may have as many as 8.3 into 106 RBC per liter. If a fall in a number of RBC occurs, the condition is called anemia, whereas the increase in number is called polycythemia. The lifespan of the RBC and erythrocytes is only 120 days, after which they are destroyed in the liver. Children, now let us discuss about WBC, which is also called white blood cells. White blood cells are also known as lymphocytes. It is a type of blood cells that is made in the bone marrow and found in the blood and lymph tissue. They help the body fight infections and other diseases. They are larger than erythrocytes and have a nucleus and lack of hemoglobin. They function in the cellular immune response. They are nucleated and are generally short-lived. The number of WBC are relatively lesser in the number, about 6,000 to 8,000 mm of blood. WBC are made up with less than 1% of blood content, forming vital defense against disease and infection. Children, now let us see the size of WBC. WBC has an irregular shape and its size varies from 12 to 17 nanometers. The number of WBC counts in the microfiber of blood usually ranges from 3,700 to 10,500. The lifespan of an WBC is only 12 to 20 days, after which they are destroyed in the lymphatic system. Immunity. Lymphocytes fight infection, whereas T cells attack cells containing virus and B cells produce antibodies. There are two types of leukocytes, which are also called granulocytes and agranulocytes. These are known to be most active and motile constituent of blood as well as lymph. They do not possess the red color pigment hemoglobin in them, so they are colorless in nature. Both are classified according to the presence or absence of granules in the white blood cells. Children, let us discuss about granulocytes. Granulocytes are the well-known type of white blood platelets. They contain chemical granules. The moment the contamination or aggravation enters the body, granulocytes rush to the area and release their granules to fight the disease. Granulocytes are sometimes referred as granular leukocytes, polymorphonuclear leukocytes, or PMNS. There are three specific types of granulocytes. They are neutrophils, eosinophils, and basophils. Eosinophils. They are the cells of leukocytes which are present in the immune system. These cells are responsible for combating infections in parasites of vertebrates and for controlling mechanism associated with allergy and asthma. Eosinophil cells are small granulocytes which are produced in the bone marrow and makes 2 to 3% of whole WBC. These cells are present in high concentration in the digestive tract. Basophils. They are the least common of granulocytes, ranking from 0.5 to 1% of WBC. They contain large cytoplasmic granules which play a vital role in mounting an non-specific immune response to pathogens and allergic reactions by releasing histamine and dilating the blood vessels. These white blood cells have the ability to be stained when exposed to basic dyes, hence referred to as basophil. The cells are the best known for their role in asthma, and they result in inflammation and bronchoconstriction in the airways. They secrete serotonin, histamine, and heparin. Neutrophils. These are normally found in bloodstream. They are predominant cells which are present in pus. Around 60 to 65% of WBC are neutrophils with the diameter of 10 to 12 micrometers. The nucleus is 2 to 5 lobed and the cytoplasm has very fine granules. Neutrophil helps in the destruction of bacteria with lysosomes and it acts as strong oxidant. Neutrophils are stained only using neutral dyes, hence they are called so. Neutrophils are also the first cells of the immune system to respond to an invader such as bacteria or virus. The lifespan of WBC extends or up to the 8 hours and it is produced every day in the bone marrow. Children, let us discuss the functions of granulocytes. Granulocytes cooperate to free your collection of contamination or allergens. Each sort of granulocyte has its own mix of synthetics and proteins in its granules. Therefore, each type has an alternate capacity. Now, let us discuss about agranulocyte. Those that do not have granules inside them are known as agranulocyte. Monocytes and neutrophils are phagocytic cells that destroy foreign organisms. Monocytes. These cells are usually have a large bilobed nucleus with a diameter of 12 to 20 micrometers. The nucleus is generally half moon shaped or kidney shaped and it occupies 6 to 8% of WBC. They are the garbage trucks of the immune system. The most important function of the monocytes are to migrate into tissues and clean up the dead cells and protect against blood-borne pathogens and move very quickly to the sites of infection in the tissues. These white blood cells have a single bean-shaped nucleus, hence referred as monocytes. Lymphocytes. These lymphocytes play a vital role in the production of antibodies. Their size ranges from 8 to 10 micrometers. They are commonly known as natural killer cells. They play an important role in the defense. These white blood cells are colorless cells formed in the lymphoid tissue, hence referred as lymphocytes. There are two main functions of lymphocytes, that is B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. These cells are very important in the immune system and are responsible for humoral and cell-mediated immunity. Let us discuss the functions of agranulocytes. The capacity of agranulocytes is like that a granulocyte in that they intercede immunological reactions to unfamiliar microbes, harmful and cancer cells and eliminate dead cells from the body. They do this by delivering antibodies and straightforwardly appending them to the cells as opposed to delivering granules. Children, now let us discuss about blood platelets. Platelets are made in bone marrow along with your WBC and RBC. One of the remarkable properties of blood is its ability to clot or coagulate. When it is withdrawn from the body, clot occurs as a response to tissue injury such as a muscle tear, a cut or sharp blow. Platelets are tiny blood cells that help your body form clots to stop bleeding. Platelets, also known as thrombocytes, are small colorless disc-shaped cell fragments that circulate in the blood. Lifespan of the platelets survive for 10 days, being removed by the liver and spleen. Platelets count are 15,000 to 350,000 platelets in each milliliter of blood. A reduction in their number can lead to clotting disorders, which will lead to excessive blood loss from the body. The lifespan of platelets is only about 7 to 12 days. The formation of thrombocytes is called thrombopoiesis. Children, now let us discuss the functions of blood platelets. The main functions in the body is to release a variety of substances, most of which are involved in coagulation or clotting of blood. They play a crucial role in hemostasis, the process of stopping bleeding and forming blood clots to repair damaged vessels. The importance of platelets is to stick and adhere to tear in blood vessels. They are also releasing clotting factors. A hemophiliac blood cannot clot. Providing correct proteins has been a common method of tearing hemophiliacs. It has also led to HIV transmission due to the use of transfusion and use of contaminated blood products. Let us see the risk of blood platelets. The body faces serious issues when the platelets count fall less than 50,000. A low platelets count shall be called thrombocytopenia.